I think it's bad news for the English game.
We're not creative enough, and we're not positive
It's
enough.
coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home.
We'll go on getting back, so getting...
People, it is that time of year again, of where every creator from the most random things turn into football creators for the World Cup period, and I'm one of them. I'm a rugby league creator, but I absolutely love football. It probably is my favourite sport of all time. I absolutely love it. I'm a big England fan, big Chelsea fan, so I thought I would do some World Cup stuff. It's in the season, obviously. I remember doing them back in 2022, so long ago. First World Cup I watched was like 2018. Not much of it. I was pretty young. It was late timings for me growing up in Singapore, now in Australia. But look, enough of the explanation. It is 2026. It's time for a World Cup in America, Mexico, and Canada, and I'm here to predict it. I'm going to get every single thing right. We're here at the official World Cup Bracket Predictor Challenge on EA Play. So this is a full official thing. This is going to work perfectly. Let's just get straight into this. Group A: Mexico, South Africa, Korea, and Czech Republic. Honestly, I might shave my eyebrows off if Mexico don't top this group. Mexico should obviously top the group. It's so easy to predict. They're the hosts, and they're probably the best hosts out of the three of them. They're going to dominate teams like South Africa, South Korea, and Czech Republic. I think Korea will take second, and I think South Africa will take third. I think Czech Republic are just not at that level, and will probably be one of the only European teams not to end up getting out their group. But look, I think overall, it's a pretty equally balanced group except for Mexico here. So I wouldn't be surprised if anything can happen. We go into Group B though: Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland. This one's an obvious one for Switzerland. I think it matters either Canada or Bosnia is the next step. I'm going to go with Bosnia. They've got all their hype around them, then followed by the host, then followed by Qatar. No too much reason there, except Switzerland are just definitely a much better side, and Bosnia, I feel like they have a lot of support behind them. You might say, obviously, Canada, home, they have support behind them as well. But yeah, man, have you seen the Bosnian crowd and all that? So I believe they will prevail through, and I would love to see that. Going into Group C, though, I think it is an obvious win for Scotland. Now, I normally wouldn't say that as an Englishman. I wouldn't say I want Scotland to top the group, but I think Scotland will, and you might say I'm absolutely crazy, and you can tell me I'm absolutely crazy. I just don't think Brazil are that good, and they should have picked better players. Neymar's going to make the World Cup all about him, unfortunately. Obviously, you know what, Brazil win? Okay, that's pretty good. Neymar finally won a World Cup and that. But the side is not good enough. I don't think the side is good enough, personally. I think it's going to get a second place, and Scotland are going to be a better side. I think Morocco are going to finish, and then Haiti are going to come fourth. I actually see Brazil dropping points to Haiti. Going to Group D is USA, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. Live in Australia, I've got a little bit biased to them, but look, I think they're awful. I think Turkey are going to dominate this group, winning 9 points, getting all the wins. I think it's going to be USA, and then we go Paraguay, then Australia. I think Australia, they're just too poor, man. They don't have enough to them. I'm going with that as my group. Going to Group D is Germany, Curacao, Cote d'Ivoire, and Ecuador. Germany's definitely going to top this group. They're not going to... The bad luck's going to end here. Germany topping the group. It's not going to be Curacao. Curacao is a guaranteed fourth for me. It's going to be between the Ivory Coast or Ecuador here. I'm going to go with the Ivory Coast. I think the team around them is well balanced and they can play good football. I'm going to go with Ecuador in third, which is pretty unlucky. They're a great side as well with Caicedo. But yeah, for Curacao, they're not going to come anywhere close. Going to Group F is definitely going to be a win from Netherlands. I think it's either Japan or Sweden here. I'm going to go with Japan. I think Sweden just been a little bit poor and we're very lucky to get through. So I'm going to go Sweden take third. Tunisia won't be in this at all. Going to Group G is Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. So this one is a disaster class, I like to call it, because I think all these teams are pretty rubbish. Belgium are way past their time back in 2018 when they were amazing. They are now pretty average, and they're pretty bad, lads. And Egypt pretty bad as well. They're just carried by Salah. Iran have nothing special, but I'm sorry, lads. And New Zealand have got Tim Payne, and that's not enough. I think anything can genuinely happen in this group. I'm going to go with the safest option with Belgium topping. Then I'm going to go with Egypt, and then I'm going to go with New Zealand. I think Iran will have just a unfortunate World Cup. It's an unfortunate place for the timing as well. So I think that's all those factors are going to definitely make a part. I think going into Group H, though, is a Spain, obvious. I think Spain are favourites to go win the entire thing. Then it's Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. I went to a Uruguay game, the one against Brazil in Vegas, like a few years back in Copa America. One of the best games I've been at, and I always kind of root for Uruguay as my second team. I want them to do well. So they can definitely upset Spain. I'd be so happy, but I don't think they will. I think they'll come second, and I think it will be Saudi Arabia taking that third spot. Capo Verde? I thought it was Cape Verde. Oh well, it doesn't matter. They're going to come fourth. Group I, probably the best group here, and I think, unfortunately, Iraq, I think they would be able to do something special. It's just unfortunate because of the group they're in. I think this one is definitely a France win here. And I'm going to go with Senegal 2. They have more experience than Norway, and I'm going to go Iraq 3. I think Norway have a lot of talk about them, but I have a feeling Norway are going to absolutely crumble, and Iraq's going to get into third and possibly qualify, but we'll talk about that later. Group J is an Argentina win, obviously, and it's going to be Austria after that. You want to argue Algeria have enough quality here? I'm also going to go Algeria third and Jordan in fourth. I think Austria and Algeria will be very close. I just think Austria have enough. They like doing this to no matter which team you are. They love doing their thing where they just make it 1-0, 0-0, 1. They like close games. They put a lot of pressure on big sides, especially in knockouts. They could be really good at that, and I think they will make it to that. Going to Group K, though, is, I think I call it the Miami group, because I think most of these games are in Miami. Portugal's going to win the group, obviously, probably take all 9 points, maybe 7, because they might draw the Colombia, who I think will be my second place side. I think it'll be DR Congo, or Congo DR, whatever you call them, in third, and Uzbekistan in fourth. I think Uzbekistan are just going to be the worst team in the competition. Maybe them and Jordan might be the worst ones, and argue even Panama, which we'll get to. Obviously, as an England fan, I think England are going to top the group. I think it'll be very close, though. I think Ghana will take second, Croatia in third, and Panama in fourth. Unfortunately, Croatia just passed their time now, and I think Ghana could go on a good run this year. Now I've got to go pick the third best sides. So I want to take in like the groups they were in as a big point here. Because that's how it adds. That's how you get the points. So I think Ecuador, because Ecuador will be a close group with Germany. So I think they are guaranteed through. I think Algeria as well with the Austria stuff. I think Iraq will get a few points. Okay, don't mind. I've just randomly changed clothes just because I went to go have dinner. Change my shirt. Okay, back to predictions. So I've got Ecuador, Algeria, and Iraq. I think South Africa will take it due to the group. Will be the fourth one. I think these guys are going to sneak through 1 point. I think Canada as well. I think Croatia. And I think Morocco. I think Paraguay because their group. Saudi? No. Paraguay might be Sweden. I'm seeing any Sweden and Paraguay. Possibly even New Zealand. I'm going to go Paraguay here. They can be the other team. So we go into our knockouts now. These look pretty interesting. Some interesting games as I scroll past. First one is Germany and Morocco. It's a big game in Boston. I'm going to go give this one to Germany. France, Paraguay. I'm going to give it to France. I mean, we're going to get Germany and France in Philly in the round of 16. It's actually incredible. LA between Korea and Bosnia. I'm going to go with Korea. I think South Korea will get the win here. Netherlands, Brazil. I'm going to give this one to Brazil. I think they have enough to go through. The Netherlands just, unless they pull something magical, I don't know. Colombia, Ghana in Toronto. I think this could be a real close one. I'm going to give it to Ghana. I think Ghana will win. LA, Spain, Austria. I think this is probably one of the most predicted games I think everyone's expecting. I don't know. I have a feeling Austria will bring it so close. But Spain too good. Spain through to the next round. Turkey, Canada. It's an easy one for Turkey in San Fran. Belgium, South Africa. I'm going to give it South Africa. I think a magical moment can happen here. I think Belgium is just too old now. Too poor. South Africa through to round 16. Then we go Scotland, Japan. I'm giving this one to Scotland. Côte d'Ivoire and Senegal in a battle here of African nations. I'm going to go this one to the Ivory Coast. Mexico versus Ecuador. Is Mexico going to guarantee win? In Mexico, they're going to win. That means they have round 16 in Mexico as well. Where England, Iraq, I'm going to confidently say this is an England win. Argentina, Uruguay, in Miami. I'm going to give it to, as much as I love Uruguay, I'm going to give it to Argentina. USA and Egypt. Dallas, it's got to be US, hasn't it? In Vancouver, it is going to be Switzerland. It's going to be Portugal and Kansas. So we've got around 16 games. Big one in Philly. I'm giving this one to France. Mbappe's going to have a masterclass in this game. Then to Houston, it's going to be an easy one for Brazil because Korea, Houston, you have a problem. Ghana and Spain. Ghana are through to the quarterfinals in Los Angeles in one of the biggest and most interesting predictions possibly ever. I'm putting Ghana into a quarterfinal. I don't know why. Seattle, it's going to be Turkey. New York, New Jersey, it's got to be the Ivory Coast, ending the Scottish dream. But will it be Mexico? Will it be England? In Mexico. England are going to bottle it in the round of 16. And I'm going to cry about it. I'm going to cry. But they're going to bottle it in Mexico. To Mexico. You could have got Scotland, England. No, I'm going to go Ivory Coast, Mexico. That's a big prediction. Argentina, the US, it is Argentina and Portugal. Meaning in Kansas, we've got a game on our hands, but we've got some interesting ones. Boston, France, Brazil. Neymar's doing it for his last World Cup into a semi-final for Brazil. Ghana, Turkey. The Ghana run will continue. Ghana are in the semi-finals. Cote d'Ivoire and Mexico. Mexico have the home advantage. They're going to knock out Cote d'Ivoire. Argentina and Portugal. Ronaldo is through. Oh my. Brazil, Ghana, Portugal, Mexico. Brazil would end the Ghanaian dream that probably should have ended a while ago. And Portugal will end the Mexican dream that probably also should have ended a while ago. The final is going to be Brazil and Portugal. In New York, in New Jersey, wherever you want to mean. Brazil, Portugal, Neymar, Ronaldo. We are going to get the final. And Brazil are going to win the 2026 World Cup. A side who I didn't even tip. I don't think they'll come first in their group, but I think they'll win the World Cup. Now, logic might not make so much sense, but I just believe this something will happen. Brazil are going to start off slow and they're going to end off so well, breaking the hearts of so many who wanted Portugal and Ronaldo to win. Maybe even Brazilians who wanted that. What a World Cup this could be. Imagine if it was a Mexican-Ghana final. But no. Brazil are going to win the World Cup. Thank you.